Alright, you may have saw my last video where I replaced the plug end on this lamp, meaning this plug. That's all fine and dandy, but when I picked it up today, and just happened to look through these screw holes on the bottom plate, I noticed there was a shit ton of electrical tape. Pardon my French. So what I did is there's one little teeny screw that holds the bottom plate in through this hole. And you can hang it, which is nice. This isn't the original power switch. The original power switch is right here, but that failed at one point. So the guy that owned this was a DIYer and put a switch here. But the thing that he did is he used wire nuts on the switch, which you can see right here. I'm gonna unscrew the light bulb just so it doesn't get smashed by accident. It's an LED bulb, but I don't want it to get smashed if I accidentally drop it. So put that over here. And I took off probably about 5 feet worth of electrical tape all in these joints, and I just don't like the look of these joints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this switch and reconnect the wire and put a strain relief in this wire. And I don't know why they're wide off like this. I don't know if it's soldered. And if I can, just salvage this wire, which goes up this pipe, which goes to the light socket. So let's take off our wire nuts. Okay, well that ain't good. Wire nuts are one-time use, but I'm going to try to reuse them if they hook on okay. This is aluminum onto copper without oxidation gel or compound, because this will eventually corrode and fail. I have a tube, like a small tube somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. So I'm going to undo these. This is unplugged, you don't want to do this live. I'm using my pliers here. Just push you back some. So I don't poke my fingers with the stranded wires. Right, there's one off. Should be okay with this one, it doesn't look as pokey. There we go. Take the switch wires. Now we're going to take off the rest of the tape. And investigate the wires. Because this is a black wire. And it goes into the brown wire. So I don't know, there's probably a solder joint under here. There's enough wire on this switch that I can restrip it. I don't have that in the way. Let's see which wire is what we want to cut here. Alright, I took the wire out. You can reattach that in a minute once you figure out where this cluster hell of wire goes. This is a power, and this is a load. Stick your electrician's knife in. Alright, that one looks okay. So we're going to cut this Y off. Throw that off. Now this looks like a joint. That we will cut out. I don't want to do all this because it was working just fine, but I'm giving this lamp to a friend, so I want to make sure everything's okay with it. Smooth. Alright, let's get our strippers. Okay, now I'm going to grab the tester. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my multimeter here. And we're going to find which one's the hot by putting the meter on continuity and checking it first by crossing the leads. And it's going to be the metal prong in the very back. Okay, so it's a shorter wire. And the outer metal swirly part is our neutral. Okay. And I'm gonna go get some crimps. Here we go. Might not actually have to use this one. I will go get those. Okay, now we'll strip one of our wires from the switch. I'm going to use these Wago type style connectors because it uses a steel plate in the middle to connect the two. Alright, we can put the crimpers away. And then we're going to connect our cord shortly. Here in a moment. Just in a moment. And the simple circuit. So this wire right here with the blue and clear nuts is the hot that goes to the light, and the switch interrupts that wire. Then this wire is going to get tied into this wire, the neutral on the cord. So basically be going all the way through to the light, and the hot is what is switched in any AC circuit, 120 AC circuit. And then the hot leg from the switch gets tied into the hot on the cord. So you lift them up with your nail, and then you slide the wire in, and then you push it back down and it clamps on. So now we need one more of those. For the neutral. Now we're going to feed this into the panel or the box. Get some extra cord to work with. And I messed up with that, so what we're going to do is use a razor knife. Not that one, that has the fixed curved blade. We're going to slice down the middle of this cord where the little seam is. We're going to pull apart about 4 or 5 inches. And then make 2 double knots. That's going to be our strain relief. Now this wire can't be pulled out. Okay. So now we have to find which one's the hot and which one's the neutral. Now this is where it gets tricky. You want to make sure you don't have any bare wire touching any metal. And you don't want to touch any of the wires. And this is where you want your non-contact voltage tester. Which right now it should show nothing. You can test it by rubbing it up and down your shirt. It picks up the static. And we're going to plug this in. Now one of these is going to be hot, and one of these are going to be the neutral. Whichever one is hot is going to beep red. So this one doesn't beep, this one does. So we're going to do our unplug it. And was our bottom one, I think. Let me double check. Okay, so it's the one facing me. Now you want to make sure there's no nicked wires or anything. Now that's stripped. We're going to twist it because we're putting it into this connector onto the switch. Alright, we're going to stuff that in. We'll trim the neutral. I'm gonna trim. Okay, maybe I trimmed off a little too much. Ah, shit. There we go. Okay. And we just put our plate back on. Get our screw. Make sure the lines are lined up. And there we go. And we'll just put our bulb in. And now this is much safer. If you really wanted to make it safer, you could add a 3-prong outlet and put the mount the ground wire onto the metal frame. But it's really not needed. And it works. Here we go.